about the interview. It's good.
Oh, good choice. A lot better than Shaka Khan. Oh, give it up for Andy, everybody. Andy's doing a great job tonight. Real quick. Happy birthday, Dan. Thanks, guys, for coming out. My friend Eddie's here. He's been really nice. Been filming every time I come out here, which is great. And somebody brought up the movie. He always jokes. He's like, "Oh, if you ever get famous, I want a job." But we're actually making a movie together. Somebody brought up Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and we're actually making a sequel to that. It's called Crouching Tiger, Screaming Siegfried. It's dated, but it's good, right? Yeah. All right. So, football fans. Any football fans in the house tonight? Right. I love the playoffs. I fucking hate the fact that the Eagles are out of there, but I love the playoffs. It's just great football, especially with like Chicago and Green Bay in the NFC Championship. But I gotta tell you, last weekend, the best part about the weekend was fucking Bill Belichick losing. That was awesome to me. I hate that motherfucker. I like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's one of the best quarterbacks ever. But Bill Belichick is that lying, cheating snake, and I was so fucking psyched. I was so psyched to see him lose, and I did something. It was called the Suck It Belichick dance for about 40 minutes on Sunday in front of my television. And I was rubbing into a friend of mine who's here tonight. And because he wanted the Patriots to win, I'm I'm doing my Suck It Belichick dance, which is fitting because I'm on a diet. Yeah, I know, right? You can already see the results. But she's like, that's pretty marketable. That's not just exclusive for for Belichick. And I said, you're absolutely right. I can market this to anybody. I can market this to Eagles fans, be like, suck it Cowboys. I can market it to Cowboy fans, like, suck it Redskins. I can market it to San Francisco fans, like, dude, stop sucking him. I'm into chicks. Does feel good. Yeah, you might as well finish. It was a marketing thing. And I'll tell you, total segue here. Being gay has to be awesome. If you're a gay dude, first off, I got a couple of gay friends. If you ever hang out with gay dudes and you think you have game, you don't have shit. I had a friend of mine. He was actually performing musically at one of the gay bars downtown, and I went to go see it. And it was like a really great crowd. And I guess my straight shield was on because nobody fucked with me or anything. But these guys were really friendly, but they were disappearing 2, 3 at a time. I'm like, oh, someone must have coke or something. No. Literally, you think you have game. Yeah, she slept with me in the second date. These guys were going downstairs and fucking within 10 minutes of meeting each other. It was fantastic. It was hey, how you doing? To blow me. And about, in between commercials. It's fantastic on TV. All right. Yeah, that went over like a fart in church. Okay. Who's got kids? Anyone got kids? Yeah. I got news about your kids. And I got kids too. I got 2 kids, 15 and 13. And the news I have to share with you is your kids are pussies. They are. They're pussies. My kids play 2 sports each. My son does track and wrestling. My daughter does basketball and soccer. And there's levels of pussy, and they're definitely on there because they don't go out in the snow and play at all. That's unfathomable to people in my age group. Unfathomable. Because it was first off, we had to shovel before we could ever go out and play. But we were out all fucking day, you didn't see, my parking lot, my pavements are all shoveled by 50-year-old haggard men on work release. Nobody's knocking on your door asking to make $10 to shovel your walk. Nobody plays in the snow. Kids don't play outside anymore. I am floored that we're actually still producing athletes as Americans. Everyone fucking playing video games. We used to play pickup baseball. We used to play pickup basketball, hockey. Fuck it, we'd steal tennis rackets and play tennis. We were out dawn till dusk. Kids want to play football now. It's you want to play a game? Yeah, I want to play a game. All right, log on when you get home and I'll do it. I'm surprised, I'm surprised our gold medal athletes aren't 550-pound guys, with a nebulizer on, washing themselves with a stick with just empty cans of ravioli, everywhere. And just be yeah, I won this medal for the country. That's their oxygen mask. They're not getting hot, but. Oh, man. Drinkers, who's drinking tonight? Woo! Yeah. Salute. I'm not an expert, but I feel like you have a drinking problem if more than 6 bars are your friend on Facebook. And then they're all writing at the same time, dude, I haven't seen you in a couple days. Everything all right? Nothing like a checkup from your friendly neighborhood bartender. Oh man. But I mentioned earlier, I'm not gay, I'm into women. And, took a girl out a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to get her to open up, and not like, I wanted to get her to open up. She was like, like in her shell the whole time. And I took her to this really nice place. What's it called? Red Robin. It was a really nice place. I know, still single, huh? But I'm like, hey, we went to a dinner, we went to a movie. You want to go to a bar? Let's get a couple drinks. She's like, no, I can't stay out that late. 12 o'clock, I turn into a pumpkin. Like a Cinderella reference. And I'm like, well, look, you can go out with me or we can go home. I said, but either way, you can go out with me and turn into a pumpkin. We can go home right now. But either way, at the end of the night, you're going to be full of seeds. I'm so glad 2010 is over. I really am. There's just like a lot of shit that happened in 2010 that it was kind of like a little bit of a mindfuck. Like, I'm like a firm believer in science and I also have a spiritual side. But like science is here, like, they just decided out of the blue that the Triceratops didn't exist. It just doesn't exist anymore. Like, it was like, no, it never existed. And, I could glean like the Brontosaurus and like other things would be like just called into question about their existence. And, like the next thing you know, like my pajamas are covered in lies. I'll leave you with this. The other thing that they found out in 2010 was, and this isn't really a joke about retards, it's just a joke that includes retards. Everyone knows what mental retardation is. Everyone does. There's a lack, but the doctors added a new symptom to it, so like if they could actually include more people, which would make a lot of sense. Retardation, lack of curiosity. There's non-development of motor skills. There's not grasping or making any fundamental development at all. But they added a new condition for mental retardation, and that's being a cast member on Jersey Shore. My name's Chris Hayes, guys. Thanks so much.